So far, the crew has cleared every hurdle naysayers have placed in their way. Columbus would be home to one of the 10 inaugural teams. Columbus has outperformed much larger cities. The true success indicator has been from the fans.
Well, it's boys night out.
Hey, welcome to the club. This is your host, Daddy Yankee, and you are listening to the Upper 90 Club, a roundtable podcast where five friends experience the 2026 World Cup.
USA! USA!
Yeah,
it's coming home!
Typically we would discuss the Columbus Crew, but
nah, dude.
even with all the crew news in the last month, there's no games. We're entering this World Cup cycle. We're mostly U.S. fans. I assume you're rooting for Norway.
Yeah,
based on your
definitely. And
citizenship.
that's the joy of this
status.
World Cup. You know, you have two, and of course you have some players you have to follow. You know, sporting my Steven Moreira today. So Cape Verde is of course an outsider.
And the colors are red, white, and blue, which is also the colors of Norway, which happen to also be the colors of the United States of the Buckeyes.
Yeah. So we'll get into how we're gonna attack these 6 weeks or so. That's what it is, right? Or it's maybe even a little more.
Yeah. For those that don't know, when we started this pod, I had this idea. I was like, we're gonna do this pod, and then we're gonna do a U.S. national team podcast because it was during the World Cup, and we were calling it the Yanks. I think one episode, and I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yes,
It's
but
over.
we do want to keep talking. I mean, look, we do this so we can hang out, and we're all going to be watching the World Cup, and probably a lot of our listeners are going to be watching the World Cup too.
And I'm like really excited.
So
about
join us
US soccer.
here, and
I think
us
all of them
us this week is a full house. We've got Ben, Mort, Trey, and Haas. Say hey, guys.
What's up?
Tip of the Abe Lincoln's top hat.
So I don't know what the format is going to be from week to week, but for me, I'm going to be selfish this week. I have been, you all know, the listeners know, I've got 4 kids. We're very busy. I make time to follow the crew. I have not followed U.S. soccer. I've been a little, I know what's going on, kind of like I know what the coaching situation is. I know that we've been a revolving door of, who's going to make the roster. We'll talk about the final call-ups here. I don't even know who all's on the team at this point, so I want to talk about that. I want to use this time for you to educate me on what's going on with the World Cup.
So many opinions.
No better.
So that
Can't be anybody better than us.
I wouldn't trust anyone more than you. And I have some opinions as what I've observed and what I've taken in. I have some thoughts, but I'd like to learn more. So I think for this week, we're just going to kind of talk about the U.S., what the team's looking like, how we got to where we are. And then, of course, talk about the game that happened today against Senegal, where we won 3-2.
Oh, yeah.
In Charlotte at U.S. Bank in Mecklenburg territory. So anyway, let's kind of start there. Ben, you want to start with call-ups? I mean, we know that Arfston's on the team. We know that Morris is not, right? We were tracking that, but tell me about this. Tell me about this roster. Schulte was going to be on the team at one point.
Well, instead of WCW Raw, they actually announced the soccer team in New York. And the entire time I feel terrible because I actually I think I blue skied it out. We're getting grouped. Who watched the name calling USA
I heard
did?
them making fun of it on Soccer Wise.
It was absolutely terrible.
Yes.
There was Lawless in a Trump costume, right?
Yeah, he's cosplaying as Donnie. Like doing his best impression to like, I was like, dude, I feel like I can't hate him more. So I was just like, that just fine. It's fine. Like I would, if he didn't dress like that, I'd be like, boy, that's upsetting. But the name calling with the pew, pew, pew and the shots and like, as they're walking out, they'll like come up and be like, oh, hey, Sebastian Berhalter, who are you wearing? You know, or like, I don't know. I didn't listen to it. I had it on mute, but I was just like, what the heck? And then after they announced everybody and they were like doing the whole like try to hype thing, a rapper came out, Gunna, and he rapped. And was it an actual song or was it like a song he made up, like a soccer song? Does anybody? Because Trey and I were watching it, and like I look over and Trey's mouth is just wide open, like what is happening? And they were bleeping out every other word because he was cussing. And I think he was dropping the N-bomb, and then it would flash to the crowd of children.
N-bomb.
Dude, it was wild. It just like none of it made it. It looked just like an Idiocracy when President Camacho came out and was like firing a gun, like and like it
yeah.
I was like, dude,
his name.
I think he was singing Rap the Musical.
I thought it was you singing Rap the Musical. I can't sell it short enough. It was so. It just felt like, and like I was telling Trey, like it's kind of like, you know how you see the clips of like the boxer who's like talking smack and like, you know how they like take photos beforehand and the guy's like pointing at the guy and like doing whatever, and then it flashes over to like him getting his absolute ass kicked. Yeah, like that's what it felt like. Like we're gonna do that and then get absolutely destroyed by Australia.
You know, the most classic example of that is Apollo Creed. Right. Rocky IV.
Yeah, and he died. So
yeah. All right. Well, so there's some flat-footed fanfare.
And the roster was leaked like 4 days before.
Yeah, so they were kind of they were announcing it behind the news. But to add another F to the mix, it's Fox has the rights to this whole tournament. The other thing that has led me to know nothing about this team, which is a win for the in the Apple TV category. I've been able to watch The Crew for the last several years because we can watch it whenever. And 6:30 for me in Central Time is a really hard time to put the TV on because we've always got something going on. I've had a hard time watching the U.S. games because they're all linear, or you can't like roll it back. So I've been missing a lot of the games. Fox has the rights to this tournament. Do we know anything about watchability? I mean,
that's a whole thing.
That is a whole thing. Yeah. I think they're going in hard on this. I mean, like they look like they have pretty good focus on this tournament, but leading up to it, it's been so pathetic and sad. Every time the US have played and they put it over to their quote studio, which is a small table with two guys, right? It looks just sad, and have the hype leading up to this have been bad. Mm-hmm. But then it's the whole other thing about how they got the rights to it in the first place, where they got it for like a huge discount in agreement with FIFA without any bidding.
So, we looked it up. They got it for like $485 million. Its net worth, or what they think it's actually worth, is $1.5 billion. So everyone else is kind of upset, including FIFA, because they were like, we could have made more money off this. And the reason why Fox got it was because 4 years ago when they did it in Qatar, we played during the winter because it was so hot there. So it coincided with like football, both American football, college, and like some other sports. So it kind of screwed over Fox for soccer.
The media package.
Yeah. So they were like, hey, we'll throw you a bone. 4 years from now, you can have the one on home soil for a cheaper price. And now they went to court. I know FIFA it got thrown out. Fair play to Fox, realistically, because like they got it on the cheap, so that's sweet. But Fox aside, I've seen like very little in the form of like going to Kroger, and usually it's like, Super Bowl and like all this stuff's in your face, and I see nothing.
We'll see
I was at Kroger today, and
on this, I have this bottle of Stella here that has a World Cup
it's an
26.
import.
I noticed
BL's got nothing.
weirdly in the yogurt section. Like all
yes,
the yogurt
yes.
has like soccer balls and
Chobani
soccer
has
players.
US soccer
Yeah.
all over it. Yeah.
And they're not from here, right? It's got these are all like any imported stuff. They're like soccer.
It's from Greece.
They're like Lucky Charms is just regular old schmegular old Yucky Charms. You know what I mean?
You know
What do you
is
mean,
hot?
Yucky Charms?
I love Lucky Charms, and I accidentally said Yucky Charms, but I feel like I should hashtag Yucky Charms this.
Yeah.
That feels pretty good.
You know, there's one hot commodity out there though.
Yucky
have you
arms?
guys started with the sticker books? Because those stickers are hard to get a hold of. The Panini ones.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Panini sticker books. It's like
This is a foreign thing.
No, this is hard to get around here now. You
If it were
buy a
bikini
World Cup
sticker
book,
books.
Okay.
and then you get the stickers, and you put
Those
all
are
the players into the book, and you start collecting all the teams, and it has like the team pictures and the logo, and all of these things. I had my first one in the '80s. That's my age, guys.
Is this like a
What's your age
McMillions
again?
kind of thing? Like, are there?
Yeah,
No,
and
they're
I went to
prizes
graduation
online.
party. I went to graduation
$100
parties
at
this
Walmart?
weekend. Yeah, and everybody
What?
was into it.
It's-
So
I
all
like
the
the
kids
idea. I've just
and
never
all the
heard
high
of somebody-
schoolers and me were totally into it. No, I've been getting it for Finn, and he's already pretty hooked on it. And it's a fun thing. Check it out.
Are they
That's
like
another thing to
scratch and
spend money on.
sniff stickers?
Yeah, get easy.
Like body odor?
Get easy.
Okay. All right. Hold on. So let me get back to my question. So
The Jamaican
Fox,
one.
by some means, they have the rights to this. Do we know? Is it just like if you don't have it, you can buy the Fox Sports app or something for $10
think
to
it's
$20 a month? And
You'd probably be better off to sign up for like YouTube TV.
That's what I was going to say.
Yep.
I don't know. I actually don't know the answer to that, but yeah.
They're accessible. It's since they're all on the Fox regular Fox. I think they're all going to be available to sign in with your TV provider on Fox the app and get them there. I think they're not going to keep it underneath the paywall or anything like that, other than the cable, because I think the advertisement money is pretty big in itself, right?
Yeah, I think you can also watch it on like if you have Fubo. Fubo's another option.
Fubo bit advertising,
but
a
like
lot
if you have
Fort Mars.
if you have the Fox app, don't you think they'll let you watch it whenever you want? Like with the Olympics, Peacock, you could watch anything.
So
like that day, delayed.
I think it's correct. The only caveat to it, and it's my pet peeve, I believe, with the Fox app is the one that does it, is that if the game is live, you have to wait till it finishes.
Yeah.
And then
Can
you
you
can go
pause
back
it?
and watch. No.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Says
I don't
you
think
can
so. On
stream
the Fox.
all matches live.
You can stream them, but you can't like pause it in like a DVR type situation.
So they have to finish first.
We don't like that.
She always does because I'm the man. Mrs. Fox. Heavy wink.
Okay, so then let's all right, so enough of that. Let's talk about the call-ups. Let's run through the team real quick. And then we can talk about something else.
Talking
Who's
about
on the
crew
team?
players called up?
No,
or just
the whole roster.
The U.S. roster. Okay.
US
So-
roster was 26 players.
Yeah, 26 player roster. In goal, the three that were brought are Matt Freese, Matt Turner, and Chris Brady.
Is that in order?
That's
Freese
my order.
is the likely starter, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Chris Brady's only 22.
correct.
I didn't realize he was that young.
Yeah, he's very young. Defenders, they have Austin Trusty, Joe Scally, Miles Robinson, Anthony Robinson, Chris Richards, Tim Ream, Mark McKenzie, Alex Freeman, Serginho Dest, and then Max Arfston is listed as a defender.
Interesting.
Okay.
And then in midfielders, we have Tyler Adams, Sebastian Berhalter, Weston McKinney, Gio Reyna, Christian Roldan, Malik Tillman. And then forwards are Brendan Aronson, Balogun, Ricardo Pepi, Christian Pulisic, Tim Weah, Haji Wright, and Zendejas. And I think the three biggest names that were left off of the roster would have been Aiden Morris, Diego Luna, and
Tanner Tessman. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, so
the interesting thing here is 5 MLS players in the squad, which is pretty good.
That doesn't bother me.
One's a backup keeper.
Yeah, so, and for those that don't know, it looks and appears he's Pochettino is the coach. He switched up how he plays, but it's pretty much a 3-4-3. So think of it like Nazi ball. You know what I mean? There's going to be 2 central midfielders that are like quasi holding. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some fluidity, but he'll probably start 3 center backs and then 2 wing backs as opposed to 2 center backs and like a left fullback and a right fullback. So it's kind of like what we're seeing with Courtois. So when you put those glasses on, the call-ups seem even more bizarre because there's only 4 central midfielders that would take up that area, and that is Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie. Those are the 2 that are probably going to start. And then behind them is Sebastian Berhalter and Christian Roldan. The issue with that is Tyler Adams is a 6, like a stay-at-home 6. He is what Aiden Morris was to the Crew. And he has a tendency to get a lot of yellow cards based on how he plays and based on how forward everybody gets. Today was a prime example. We'll get to the game, but he would normally had a yellow card this game at least twice. So if he gets taken off, we have no sitting 6 on the team. Like Berhalter does not play that. Weston McKennie does not play that, and neither does Roldan. They're all like advanced. So if you're taking a 6,
Roldan's a defensive mid.
Not really. I mean, he's basically an 8. That's what he plays for.
He plays that role, but he doesn't play it well.
You take Aiden Morris. It doesn't make any sense. And the other issue, so that was the big one, is the midfield lacks depth. And they brought 6 or 7 center backs, which is asinine because that doesn't make any sense. And you've got guys like Miles Robinson, who today proved that he does not deserve a call-up. And so he's a center back to one of the worst defenses in MLS history, I feel like. Like, they're giving up at an average of 5 goals a game.
Cincinnati.
And he's anchering that. Like, what are we doing? Like, doesn't make any sense.
Well, Austin Trusty, same thing.
Yeah.
Trusty was Celtic.
Yeah, but he wasn't good for Celtic.
He was good.
No, he wasn't.
Ratings-wise, he was. I mean, the 4 games I watched him under Nancy, no, but like...
So listening to a couple of people who are from Scotland who were talking about it, and specifically speaking to this exact point, Austin Trusty did not have a good season, especially in possession of the ball.
Sure. I mean, I don't think and again, I don't want to split hairs on people like Roldan or necessarily Trusty, just because I don't necessarily think they're going to see the field.
I hope.
And unfortunately, I say that, but you never know. But the issue is like your contingency plan. And the other thing is we talked about Tanner Tessman. For those that don't know, he is like a very commanding center midfielder who can play center back. So like I would absolutely take somebody who can take multiple positions as opposed to Roldan, who I'm convinced Roldan has like naked pictures of everybody's wife or something, because he's invited onto every team and everyone's like, he's a locker room guy. And I'm like, if he's a locker room guy, bring him as a locker room guy.
Taking pictures.
Yeah, no kidding.
He would be a natural replacement for Cardoso that got injured, of course, before.
Yeah, and he was playing. I mean, take Cardoso.
So let me ask my next question. So I heard you say there's no depth for a sitting 6. They should have brought Morris. That was surprising. I heard you say
like just something.
Tessman, same kind of vibe in like maybe more on the defense, but like his presence as a leader. And then Luna, which I really only know that he was really kind of the culture center of this team during, was it Gold Cup?
Right. He had the broken nose that he went back on and played. And he has played good. And I thought it was very bizarre at the end of this game when it went to commercial. It was a commercial with him.
Yeah, they shot
about
all
the
the
United
They shot all the
States.
promo stuff with him in it. Although they were probably shooting that
swing and
stuff
a
just
miss.
with the roster that was, doing that, whatever. Either that.
I
set
had
of-
not heard anybody that predicted he wasn't going to make it.
No.
Well, so then my question, I have three concerns about this team. Just again, I mentioned earlier that I'm not in the weeds, but just as an onlooker who will hopefully learn a lot here leading up to the tournament. The three concerns I have. Number one is who leads this team on the field? Does our team have a leader?
Tim Ream is the captain. He's given the armband, which
Okay.
I prefer
And
that over
he's-
Pulisic because
yeah.
it takes a ton of pressure off.
And do you
But
think
Tim
that
Ream's
he's got
67,
the,
so-
he's got the
38 years
respect of
old.
the team?
Yeah.
You think that Ream's got command of this team and can rally
Good respect
them?
is like you have to talk, politely to your elders. I mean,
Yeah, he's been around
he's-
since the 60s. He's seen some stuff, dog.
he make Camacho look young,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So-
he's 3
'Cause he
years
doesn't dye
older
his
than
beard,
Camacho. I don't think he doesn't. Bless his heart.
Okay. That's my first concern is there on the field leadership? And actually a lot of this has to do with these are same problems that we see on the crew. I have three concerns about this team. That's
Yeah.
number one. Number two, who's going to score the goals?
there I think we're better than I feared like a year ago.
We put
So-
3 in today. And
You
and-
asked
and we even put one in our
technically
own goal.
If we did this podcast yesterday,
Yeah,
I would have had
I would
a
try.
blank, stare coming at you going, I have absolutely no idea. That is my biggest question yesterday. After today's game,
I'm like
it's not a
everybody.
question. It's not a question.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I said I didn't watch the game today either. And we'll talk. Let's save the game
it's
talk.
so much
for-
like the crew.
Right,
Like,
that's why I don't
I'm
wanna-
telling you, it's so much like
Yeah,
the crew.
I'm feeling
especially
like
it's like almost Cucho crew.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, okay.
Ish. Like we don't have anybody like Cucho, but it's like it feels very like the back is. We might score a bunch of goals, but like I don't feel good about like the back. Although they didn't do terrible today, given
Okay.
circumstances we'll get into. But
Okay, and then last question. The coach, is there a vision, or is this just like a 4-year paycheck? Hey, Poch has name recognition. He takes the gig because it's mutually beneficial to we get the big name in the coach's slot, and he gets he gets to put he gets a cushy international national team job for a few years. But is there a vision?
Sure.
I feel like every game has a different roster, and I understand that they're trying to figure it out. But this team has not earned their way into this tournament. They didn't have to, and so there's been no pressure for him to win anything. And
well, it's even deeper than that because he's got a lot of criticism on a couple fronts. One is usually part of the contract is you live in the nation, and he very adamantly did not and just stayed at his house, which is on an island off of Spain. So they were he wasn't even here, and he went to see some foreign games because he's over there, but he never traveled back at all. And I guess they let that loophole slide because they're building Atlanta, the home of. So instead of Chicago, which has been notoriously our home for U.S. soccer, it's going to Atlanta. And Atlanta, since it's not built, they were like, well, he doesn't have to live here because we didn't provide a place for him, so it's okay for him not to be here. The other issue
I didn't know they were relocating.
It's the National Training Center.
yeah.
They're building a huge
It's
center for
built,
all
I
ages and
think.
things.
Thanks
Yeah, but it's
to
in
Arthur
Atlanta.
Blank.
Yeah. So the other thing that kind of sparked a lot of controversy, this call up was mainly Luna and Tessman and then also Morris. But he also didn't have a lot of contact. Notoriously, he did not have a lot of contact with the players. It was all via email or through other sources. Greg, when he was the coach, was famously talking to the guys a lot. Like he was very buddy. And I have come around to this. When I heard that he emailed people like, you made the team and you didn't make the team, and didn't actually call the guys, I was like, that seems morally wrong. But the more I kind of have seen how the players have responded to that and responded to Greg, I'm like, well, I don't think it's actually wrong to do that. That's just a different way. Like, it's not buddy. He's like, I'm not here to be friends. Like, you made the team, you didn't make the team. I expect you to show up. It's like, it's weird. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I have no problem with it. I mean, like, you can say that probably not the way I would do it. But when it comes down to it, if their players are good, they're ready to go,
and they respond well to him and listen.
Respond well, I don't care about any of these things. We can create discussions about and create a distraction that probably isn't really a thing. Yeah, if you're not going to get to the squad, do you think it would matter to you that he calls you and tells you like, "Hey man, you're not gonna make it"? It's because you're not very good with your left foot. And
notoriously when he
like
called
when they had conversation for hours during the other sessions about these things already, probably. And that's what he said too. You talked about the shots with Luna and all that. He already said that before all this and said, we had to do this now. That doesn't mean that any of you guys are in the squad. He said that to them when they did all the promos and things like that. It's just because a timing of it, we have to do it. Doesn't mean anything.
Well, so, and another thing to keep in mind about all this, and I don't remember which article it was, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but Pochettino came out and said, like, what do you want me to do? Call the players and explain why you didn't make it, and then you end up going down this rabbit hole about negativity and all the reasons why somebody wouldn't be on the team.
Well,
or
you don't.
Or like just a nice, clean, you get communication through an email, and that's how it's been handled the entire time that he's been the coach.
And he did it for the people who made it and didn't make it. So it's not like he only called with good news, and the bad news is he's like, LOL, sorry.
Yeah, but even that, like, yeah, this seems like a internet problem.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, some didn't even know.
Do you remember in like 20 years ago, 2006, like you just didn't break up with a girl through text message? It may have even been before that, like 2002.
You think that's what this? Yeah, but they're not in an intimate
relationship. No, I'm saying, like, from a cultural perspective,
that
like
you know of.
If you broke up with a girl through text message back 20 years ago, 25 years ago, it was like, what are you doing? You didn't call her and break up with her?
Yeah,
you're a complete jerk.
Yeah,
I still think that.
You know what I mean? And now with electronic communication,
you're still a jerk if you do that.
No, I think I think
I don't think
that's still true, and I
man.
think that it's still like if you. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
You don't call someone and say you don't get a job. Normally, it's like it's email. The reality is what I'm saying is he did it for the people that got it and didn't get it, and. The coach before that developed those relationships with a lot of talking and stuff like that, it was more buddy and less like down to business. The guys didn't respond.
I want to say one thing. Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing. I agree with you, because if it was Greg Berhalter who was buddy with all the players and throughout the entire 3-4 years leading up to this, and then he sent an email, I'd have an issue with it.
Totally.
I think that this is all not important.
No,
like the email thing is not important. They haven't been winning games and they haven't been scoring goals. And my question about Poch is, as you guys have been watching these games, does he have a style that he's putting onto? Again, Rudstrom had a style which we like never saw materialize, or it didn't create results. Are we seeing concepts of a plan here, or are we just going to end up kind of trying to figure out on the fly, and God help us, we probably won't get grouped because of the new format. I think it's pretty hard to get grouped.
It's like
the top two teams, so half the teams automatically go, the top two in each group automatically get through, and then I think 8 of 12.
Correct.
Third
It's
place.
like the MLS playoff, man.
It's very inclusive, and I believe that we will get out of the group. Our chances in elimination games seem to be. I question them, but like, with what you saw today, maybe this is a good time to take a break and we could talk about the game, because we're kind of like, look. Also, none of this mattered. He can do a bunch of tinkering, playing around. If it doesn't matter, and he knows it doesn't matter, then maybe it doesn't matter if we're winning any games. Maybe it's just time to see what tools we've got, and now we're really going to put the pedal to the metal. Now that we've got the 26-man roster, now that we're heading into the world, you got a couple games to figure it out. It's those warm-up frames and bowling, is like got to, figure out the lane. Anyone know this?
No, I absolutely know. I'm like, man, I'm striking. I'm going to crush. And then it's like, good.
Yeah. So we got a couple games to figure it out.
This oil pattern's terrible.
I've heard that, these we're going to see starting lineups in these games, at least the Senegal game, to like see what this team looks like. Although they didn't start freeze. So before we break, just, I want to hear like, what are your thoughts on the coach from that perspective? Do we believe that this hire is a good one?
Whoa. I think this hire is exactly what U.S. Soccer wanted with this coach,
and I think they got lucky.
You mean lucky in terms of like his availability?
No, I mean lucky is in like, this could have blown up in their face, and it appears it has not. Based on the fact he came in and he typically runs a 4-3-3, and after a year or two, he realized he doesn't have the players for that, and did something that not a lot of coaches do, and that he just went, screw it, I'm going back three. That's what we got with wing backs, because we have wing backs, and ever since he's done that, we have been phenomenal, like better, way better. Before that, we were losing games. He had a losing record. And since he switched to a back three, I mean, it's not flawless, but just the fact that you get a high profile name coach, he seems to have the respect of the players, and he's malleable. I can't say that word, to the point where he's gone away from what he loves, which is the 4-3-3, and fit the system to the players, which not a lot of people do. Rydstrom. So, like, he's not forcing his stuff. He just is letting them play, and it seems like it's working. So, like, high-profile name, players respect him, and he has changed how he coaches to fit the team. Those are all, like, positives in my book. But it could have gone the other way for all three of those.
Mm.
Well, and I think historically you're looking at, an issue with the last time we hired a foreign coach would be Klinsmann.
Yeah.
Klinsmann.
And
yeah.
People
it is well, it's because his ideas weren't bad, but his implementation of it wasn't great. And he wasn't malleable, as you tried to say.
I also
do you
think he's
say
been
that
proved
without not saying it right.
But I think he's also been proven to not be a very good coach in general. He was a little bit of a wild card, not very proven as a coach, but a big name.
Oh, Klinsmann.
This case is
Klinsmann.
we have a coach that I have coached all the big
PSG,
many of the big clubs in this world, like Chelsea and
Tottenham,
PSG
one of the
and
biggest clubs of all time, the best team of all time.
Was Klinsmann
17th, man.
Klinsmann
2 years in a row.
coached the German national team before the U.S.?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Klinsmann? I think he was
Yeah,
an
but
interim coach, and
remember-
he was an assistant.
No, his assistant
he
was
had an assistant.
Joachim Noah, right?
He was before Flick.
No.
No.
It was not the
Love.
basketball player.
What's his last name?
Hakeem
Lowe.
Halal.
Joachim Lowe. That's his name.
Lowe.
Yogi Lowe.
Which really showed to be like the
Joachim
genius behind
Noah.
most of the things.
Noah.
Basketball
And took,
I hate Florida.
Who was the coach of Germany? Was it Larry Bird or who was it? Who was it?
Oh.
Mutombo? Dike Mutombo?
What was his name?
You knew who I was talking
Joe Perry.
about.
Joe
You knew who I was talking about.
Joe Perry.
so yeah, I yes, he was proven from Germany, but I
Stephen
think
Tyler.
everybody he was found
That's who
out
it
a
was.
little bit, I believe. I'm a guy that actually love Jurgen Klinsmann. Just
Oh,
My
yeah.
favorite
I
number
was
is 18
way-
because that's
way
his
into
number.
him.
Like, he was my favorite player.
Yeah.
But
I messed up.
as I started to, say, is that this hire, the big name hire, is exactly what U.S. Soccer wanted.
Yeah.
And good, bad, indifferent, I think that the point that we're at now, where he has his 26-man roster, a lot of Pochettino's coaching style revolves around total buy-in. And it's hard to have total buy-in when you don't have a roster, when it's not a club, when those players aren't there for a year at a time.
Yeah.
And I think what you have seen over the last couple of months, and especially today and moving forward, you're going to get that total buy-in. You're going to get, he knows what he wants. These players know what he expects. And I think it's going to be better than a lot of U.S. men's national team Twitter or fodder or whatever conversation platform you're on is anticipating at this point.
You're going to get
now everybody's like, we're winning the
you're
World
going to
Cup.
get commitment. You're going to get the one thing you're not going to get is Jurgen. Sorry. I just kept
tried to
hearing
do it.
So sorry.
You're.
Crickets that will be right, Trap.
A retro-inspired jersey, yeah, that's not bad. A bootleg, yeah, that would do the job, just for a few washes, probably. Might fit you, might not. But you know what's even better? The real thing. And that's why I started Retro Screamers. Proudly located in Franklinton, Retro Screamers is Ohio's only vintage soccer store. Our store proudly provides a space for die-hard collectors, the general fan community, and those getting into soccer for the very first time. Open most weekends and by appointment during the week, Retro Screamers provides a wide range of jerseys from across the globe, as well as housing unique memorabilia and rare items dating all the way back to the 1960s. More importantly though, the shop is a hub for the local soccer community. A welcoming and inclusive space where people of all backgrounds, identities, and yes, even rival teams can come together to share an appreciation of the greatest sport on earth. If you're interested in checking us out, just visit us online at retroscreamers.com. You can also schedule an appointment to visit the shop there as well. Also, follow us on Instagram at retroscreamers for more updates and availability on all of our new gear. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
Hey Crew fans, I know there's not a lot of action going on for the first team right now, but the Cappies did play on Saturday and they did win. So happy to tell that, happy to come here and give you the good news for this week. It was a game against New York City FC2, the Pigeons. They have a great logo, great uniforms, very jealous of them because you can buy them and we still can't. And it was one of those games where I was about to give my best Caleb Porter impression and say we were the better team. And we lost because we were the better team. We dominated possession. We had better chances. We had so many corners again. But we weren't able to convert those chances into goals. And the home team did. So the first half ended 2-0 to the home team. However, unlike the last game against Toronto, the Cappies, were able to keep pushing and keeping their performance at a high level. And they turned the game around and won 3-2 with games by Chris Rogers, Kevin Bembo, who continues to impress, and Johan Chirinos, who only came in the second half, but took the PK, and the PK was given in a foul suffered by Chase Adams. And, Chase Adams and Zach Zenge might not have scored, but Chase did suffer the PK. Zenge, who continues to play really well and who I think should see some time in the first team, had an assist for the Chris Rogers goal. Tarun Karamanchi also is someone who is really nice to look at in the field, and that sounded weird, but I mean in his performance. He is good at the ball at his feet. He can be very physical in defense, which is good for a holding midfielder of his size. And so I'm excited to see him develop and continue his play. Now, with that win, the Crew 2 is now in third place on the Eastern Conference. Continue good performances. We have a game at hand. We get a game extra over most of the teams around us. So, it's not a super comfortable position, but it's definitely much, much better than we were last year. The next game will be at home against Connecticut United, who is not the strongest competition. So hopefully, people can come and watch a Crew 2 win. Please do come and watch a Crew 2 win because there's nothing else to do, right? What else? I also wanted to say that the Academy played yesterday on Sunday the final for the MLS Next, not to be confused with MLS Next Pro, and they won. That's the first title for the Crew Academy, and you had a lot of Crew 2 players playing there, like Prince 44 and Dinodo and so on. And they won the PKs against St. Louis under 18s. So the future continues to look really bright, and people who go to Crew 2 games can see what the future of the Crew can look like. All right. Hope everyone is enjoying their summers and their June. June 1st, the best day of the year because it's my birthday. So thank you for the well wishes, and everyone have a good week.
We're back. Thanks,
What
Mark.
is Soccer Aid?
Dude, Crew 2
You don't know what
smashing.
soccer is?
Oh, hey, can I tell you guys something
It's like Gatorade.
about the bird call?
Yeah.
This is not related at all, but we usually chit chat after the break here. I went to this show this week. Took off work.
What?
Went to a show at I don't know what it is. If it's a gallery
Hamilton?
or a theater in Chicago, it's called the Goodman Theater. David Byrne has I don't know how to describe it. It's an immersive art exhibit.
It's just him, right?
It's called Theater of the Mind. And it's you go in and you're with like 15 other people and you get a name tag.
Well, that's good.
But your name tag is not you. Like you take a name tag out of a miniature version of a house where the deceased is from, and you're all there for the funeral.
David Byrne does drugs, right? Like,
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay,
you're there for the funeral of the deceased, and everyone has a different name, and then you go into this, like you go through a door and you're in a funeral parlor, and you're sitting there, and there's some like quiet organ music playing, and then David bursts out of the coffin and just starts talking about his life story, and all the people that are there had a part of his life, and they go through all these different like turn your mind upside down sensory experiments. Like for instance, they had us all in the complete darkness for 5 minutes and then like flashed a light, and you could like see the people in the room after the light went out.
Did you have to sign a waiver?
Yeah,
That feels like a waiver.
I don't know if there was a waiver. It was
Did people
super
touch you in the
weird.
dark?
It was super
some
weird.
touching in the dark.
But I'll just tell you that two things. Number one, it was great. It was an awesome show. It was like 75 minutes long, and
I don't understand it.
I'll tell you more about it when we're not on the clock here. But
got it.
At one point, he did say he invited us all to make a bird sound, and I did the bird sound, our bird sound.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
And then the other thing I wanted to tell you was, do you know what my name was?
Daddy Yankee.
Tom.
Tom.
Anyway, okay, that's all I have. Check it out. If you're in Chicago, they're extended through the summer. It's
You
called
really sold it.
Theater of the Mind. It'll blow your mind.
It's in the title.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about this U.S. game from today against Senegal. Take it away.
Thoughts and players.
Where to begin? I have a question for you guys. I was under the impression he was going to start close to the starting 11 that we would see in the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he literally split the team down the middle and started half the guys who would start and the other guys that would be on the bench. And then at halftime, spoiler alert, he made 10 changes. He brought in another half starters and half not. So does anybody have up like who he started?
I do.
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
Pulisic, Pepe, and Reyna up top. Robinson, Adams, Berhalter, Dest across the middle. Ream, McKenzie, Freeman in the back with Turner in goal.
Right. So out of those, the actual starters, I think, in a 3-4-3 would be in the back, Tim Ream. That's it. The next line would be Anthony Robinson or Jedi, which I can't buy into Jedi. I love you guys. I can't do it. Anthony Robinson, Tyler Adams, and Dest. And then up top,
You can't buy into the name.
Yeah, I don't. I can't do that.
The man with the Star Wars tattoo.
With tattoos. Yeah.
Correct. But I don't call myself Oben one or
Oben.
I don't call myself Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, but you called yourself Tom for a day, so take it easy.
Okay.
So so I got what?
Hamill.
Ream 1, Robinson, Adams, Dest 4, and then 5 Pulisic up top. So that's half the lineup that I would assume would start. And then second half, he brought on the other people that would start, which would be like Tillman, Weah, McKinney, Balogun.
Well, at halftime, he made 10 subs.
Yeah. But why would you not? I would want to like look at if I were the coach, I would be like, all right, I'm going to roll out my starting 11, and then I would probably sub around 60 and then sub at 75 and call it a day. Like that's just what normal coaches do. Like I would run my starting 11 now, and then if I wanted, and then like take a look at them and be like, all right, cool, I got 60 minutes with my starting 11. I don't think that starting 11 has ever played together because Anthony Robinson wasn't and Dest weren't around, right? During any of the pre-World Cup stuff. And I tell you what, Dest looks sick. I forgot how nasty that guy can be, especially as a wingback. I am so freaking pumped for Dest. I also think Anthony Robinson is him. I think he's one of the best left backs in the world.
Who was the guy who was on the
Jedi?
squad? Like,
no, I don't.
He went to Seattle, and then I think he played in Miami. Number
guy?
2, who was that?
Oh, Freeman?
Yedlin.
Orlando.
Yeah.
Oh, DeAndre? Yeah, he went to Cincinnati.
He was
after
kind
that.
of similar, wasn't he, to Dest?
Yeah, but without the skill.
Not that kind of
Well, he was
skill.
really good one cycle. 20.
He was.
Dest
With
is
speed. Athletic, pure
18.
athletic talent. Yedlin had that. May even been 14.
Yeah.
Maybe more
14
like
it
a
was a while
Freeman
ago.
in that
Yeah.
case. I mean,
No, he was good, but Dest has.
Dest cut his teeth at like
insane.
Barcelona, didn't he? Or something? Like his academy team was like somebody ridiculous. And he's not from the States.
Ajax.
Well, he was Ajax, but before Ajax, I think he was
Is he
Barcelona
German?
Academy. Someone check that.
Is
no,
Dest
I could be
he
way off.
played 72
No, he's American.
games for Barcelona, and then he plays for AC Milan before he went to PSV. Where he's been the last
PSV
couple of years
Eindhoven.
now.
It was Ajax.
Right.
He did. Oh, no, he wasn't. Was he Ajax?
He's an Ajax player.
That's what
Yeah,
I
he,
thought.
he started out in
yeah.
Ajax, yeah.
And he
but in
went to
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Yeah, because I knew he was
Yes.
at
Starter
Barcelona.
in Barcelona.
Right.
So was Tillman. Tillman was Barcelona Academy. So these guys aren't like MLS grown up guys. These guys like started. I mean, when Dest talks, he has an accent. He's
Okay.
not.
So, looking at the starting roster, I didn't see any name before I started to watch the game. I was thoroughly impressed by how this team played in the first half.
Yeah. So maybe
I'm not sure exactly what he was doing in terms of like squad rotation and, were there groups of players that he wanted to play together? I have absolutely no idea. But it worked. It worked in the first half, at least especially defensively. I thought they were really good.
I agree with that.
Second half, I thought offensively with Balogun up top was a
Tillman.
handful.
He is elite.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, he
Tillman
is.
is really good.
I thought Pepe looked good with Pulisic in the first half.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, we referenced it earlier in terms of like who's going to score the goals. I think you've got Pepe that can score goals. You've got Pulisic that can score goals. You've got Dest that can score goals.
Anthony
You have
Robinson had a sitter
Balogun,
too.
Robinson, yeah.
It feels like the old crew where I'm like, literally, I feel like anybody can score. Dest put that one away. He was like on the 6. Not even 20 minutes later, on the 6 was Anthony Robinson. So you have both backs, like wing backs, in the center of the box. And I'm like, this is totally Nazi ball 101 with our good players. Yeah, and we were causing them all sorts of issues.
You're going to get midfield goal from McKinney. He always comes up and he always get a goal.
But he wasn't with that. I'm with Trey.
He was
that
with the
first
wrong
half
group.
was like exhilarating. And I thought Pepe, I mean, I'm a Pepe guy through and through. Ballow's better. I don't think that's up for debate. But I mean, it's small margins, and Pepe's ceiling and Ballow's, I still feel like we're not seeing yet. Like they're solid.
You're a Pep boy.
I'm a Pep boy. I think it's very good. The other rhetoric.
Based on the performance, though, is Berhalter had a very good game.
Yeah.
And do you feel better about having Berhalter in there than you do McKinney? You can't keep McKinney out of the team, right? So it's going to be the Adams McKinney again in the middle. But at the same time, I feel like that has failed us before, even though they're very skilled players.
So I was talking to Trey about this. 4 years ago, we brought Kellen Acosta, and everybody freaked out. And the reason why he was brought in was because his set piece taking was the best. He was phenomenal. He was so good at that. Everything else was like questionable. But at the end of the game, if you're like pressing and you're going to get like some things outside the box, some fouls outside the box, Berhalter is him this time.
Yes.
His set pieces and corners are disgusting, like unmatched on the team. So like I have no problem with him actually making the team. I thought he did play well. He seemed a little out of his depth sometimes, but it's Senegal, man. Like Senegal's the number one AFCON team, right? I mean, Morocco.
Well, what happened with them in AFCON was
probably yes.
They won AFCON, but
one or two.
They got disqualified by a technicality.
It's either them or Morocco, and Morocco's also a very good team. So
Morocco, I would say, is probably the best team in Africa.
But still. But and like you said, even the defense looked good. And the defense was what Freeman. I think Freeman's such a bizarre player. So Freeman was a MLS product who went to Villarreal and worked his way into playing time. He looked pretty good. Ream looked good for being, again, 92 years old. And, Mark McKenzie finally had I think there's a lot of things I rest easy on this game. Specifically, the rhetoric was Pulisic has not scored a goal or had any goal contributions forever. AC Milan was struggling. And for Pulisic to come in and get an assist, he looked very good and he got a goal. Makes me feel like, okay, that monkey's off his back. He's not the captain. Adams isn't the captain, and McKinney's not the captain. So that burden is on Tim Ream. I just feel like way more positive, especially group wise, moving forward. And Tim Ream was able, they were able to, contain Mane to a certain extent. Again,
he makes smart decisions at least.
Yeah. And he's got to. And I thought Turner made some saves, man. That first half, there was 3 or 4. I was like, okay.
The one he came out and he got to it.
Mane, not a foul.
Before Mane, not a foul. Good save. And then the one by the post that was deflected where he got the toe on it.
Where he kept his toe on the post for...
Yeah, he just posted with it for a while.
Kind of love that. The other interesting thing, we kind of talked about almost everybody on that starting lineup. Adams had an all right game, but I very much think he is going to get yellow carded, and that is going to hurt. Reyna had a very quiet game.
Yeah.
I don't think he made any, and I keyed on him more than anybody the first half because I'm like, he is going to have to come out and show some nasty 10 ability, these through balls or something like that. And he played very reserved and played pretty well and played defensive pretty well. When Tillman come on, I was like, okay, cool. This is apples and oranges. Actually, Tillman is. I was worried I'm not worried where the goals were coming from because we have goal scorers, but as far as playmakers, I was like, Rain is it. And then
speaking of playmakers, Zendejas looked really good as well when he came in.
Man. Yeah, so second half they come in and they sub everybody except for Berhalter. And we should also say that Chris Richards is our starting center back. He was still out with injury. And the other person that didn't play besides Haji right up top is Brennan Aronson. He just got married this week, like a couple days ago. So he like flew back. And Matt Freese didn't play, which it's like this is weird.
Get married at the end of May 2026. But I might get a call up. Babe, I don't care.
No,
I mean, I'd say a year and a half ago, I wouldn't say you're going to get
There's probably a requirement that only wives are allowed within certain circles. Right. And got the family benefit and the family access.
This is a shotgun deal. Okay.
Yeah.
It's love. So who am I?
Is it though?
Second half, he subbed off all the
anniversary.
My anniversary is tomorrow. Actually.
Yeah, I know.
Well, today, if you're listening.
Yeah, I still have photos of you guys at my wedding. We're not doing anything. We don't care.
Not me.
Love's dead. No one cares. So second half, he subs everybody, including the goalkeeper. I normally think this is... I was frustrated with previous coaches where they didn't do a lot of subbing and switching for friendly games because I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. See your players. Like, don't ever not. But, like, the game before... the last two games, I feel like you should button up your starting 11 and like it just felt very weird.
That's what he will do next game.
4 years ago, like we were killing Greg for not doing this against, I believe we played Saudi Arabia or Iraq.
Yeah, but this is like leading up to the World Cup.
No, that was also. You and I were watching the game at Buffalo Wild Wings, and we were like, "What is he doing?"
Oh, I don't think he subbed it. Well, that's kind of what I assumed. Well, I don't remember that. I remember us beating France, and I was like, "Dude, we're gonna win the World Cup," and then we sucked, and then France won it. And I was like, "Okay, these games that don't actually matter."
No,
sure,
they don't.
But
in all reality, though, we looked in form. Is probably the way I'll
even
say
a whole new team.
Yeah,
the second half we still looked good. So like you said, the standout player kind of was. I mean, I think Tillman and the take, even though he was offside, the Balogun take that was considered offside, like he turned on that and put it. I was like, oh, I forgot how, because the entire first half, I'm like, I watched it with my dad. I'm like, this is why I think Pepe should start. This is why I think Pepe should start. And then he did that right away. And I was like, okay, Balogun is clearly the better striker. Yeah. Like, and this isn't a thing.
I think Balogun is an elite player, and if you're looking at type of forwards that are kind of behind that whole Holland, Kane, some of the top, then he is in that category of being an extremely elite player that I think almost any team in the world would love to have on their team. That's the kind of level player I think he is. He can go into most teams and make a difference.
Yeah.
So
a lot of that was fed by Tillman. Some of Tillman's passes and vision was
and dribbles
out of control. Yeah, he moved to Leverkusen, right? And I don't think he played that well. I take that back. So I follow him on FotMob, and his like ratings were high, but the team wasn't great.
Yes,
and I was just kind of like, oh, maybe he's kind of like middling, but I think he is significantly better than he was a year ago because of that move. And I think a lot of our players are that way. I thought the only person I didn't think lived up to a lot of those moves coming back was Timothy Weah. I think he played okay, but I think you start him as a wingback. Or no, actually, I don't know if you start Dest, right? You don't start Weah. Weah doesn't play.
You start Dest, yes.
Man, Dest looks.
And you can also ask yourself, you can start McKinney in some of those positions too, because he's versatile. Man,
his best is like a late arriving 8.
He has played every position on Juventus except for goalkeeper.
I know. Well, Juventus is also a hot mess, kind of like AC Milan.
Yeah.
We should talk specifically a little bit about Max Arston.
Maximus.
So here's the deal. For those that don't know, he's playing behind Anthony Robinson. He will not see the
in
field.
the depth chart. Yeah.
Yes. He's playing behind one of the best left wing backs in the world. he was scouted and was like on his way to Man City at one point. Like he proved this game that he is stupid good. I don't, and he's also a player that just will not get subbed. There's no reason to ever sub. He goes 90 all the time.
You know what?
I mean?
The injury he had this year, and he's not been very good come back, and he just seems to getting into the gear right now. It could be a blessing and curse for the U.S. He might be coming in hot for this tournament.
Yeah. Oh, Anthony Robinson?
Anthony Robinson.
Oh, yeah. Man, some of his play, yeah.
But
when Max came on,
will get. I think he will get minutes. I think he will see the field because depending on the results too.
He had 2 like step over awesome balls to the back post, and I was like, awesome. Then he had a guy isolated. This is around 60 minutes, I think, right at the corner of the box, and I was like, dude, this isn't MLS. And he did a step over, and the guy just took it right from him. I don't know if you guys remember that. And I was like, this is good for Max because normally he just like absolutely butters the defense, and this guy just took it from him. And I'm like, yeah, this is the next level. This is the next level.
What that was him with the throw in where the ball slipped out of his hands.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I missed
it. Went like straight up in the air.
It was a bad throw in the end. It ended up being. We tried to last minute of the game, tried to just keep the ball. He tried to just heave it up the field, and it slips out of his hand, and they get the throw in instead.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
that being said, so he played, and then towards the end of the game, they moved Weah to the left side, which means that he was not able to get forward and was just playing as a left fullback. And as crew fandom knows, he does not play left fullback. But they ran a low block at the end of the game, and he kind of vanished. So fair play to Max. I didn't think he played bad. I thought he actually played good going forward. He played okay on defense. But based on him playing in that back four, I need to talk about Miles Robinson. Why is he on the team? Like, because anybody, I mean, he's not playing well currently. He's on a team that is absolutely leaking goals, and he is the one he's like the talisman in the back, and they're giving an average of 5 to 6 goals a game. Didn't he just like, the first goal was all his fault, right? He tried to he kicked it right off the guy. We have 7 center backs. Like, bring Aiden Morris or bring Tessman or bring somebody else. We don't need 7 center backs.
So
you bring this guy who sucks, and then he goes and plays a game, and he sucks.
He got the 5 point. Did he get the worst rating?
He got the worst rating, and like there is a. I just in my brain, I'm like, after this game, you send him home, and you grab, Morris, Tessman, or even Luna as like a, hurrah type deal, heading into the World Cup, because you don't need another center back. The right center back at the end of the game was Joe Scally, who is a wing back for Mönchengladbach, right? I thought he played pretty good.
Actually
really
on.
good.
Just because you said, I want to read this to you because I was just asking Copilot, which could hallucinate this, but U.S. players who have gone to World Cup but did not play. In 2022, Scally, Aaron Long, Christian Roldan, and Luca De La Torre
tracks
didn't play. In 2014, the only 2 players were Guzan and Nick Raimondo. And then in 06, it was Hanneman in 10 and Jimmy Conrad in 06. So Arston's going to see the field, don't you think?
But you talk about Robinson.
So.
He plays in MLS. I mean, it's a good league. It's not the greatest league, but here's his last couple of games. They let in 3 goals, 5 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals, 3 goals against Montreal, by the way. 5 goals, 6 goals, 3 goals. This is the defense.
Are they still only scoring 1 goal per game too?
No, they are scoring quite a few, but
this is the reason why they left Celentano, their goalkeeper, off the roster, because they suck. He's got the yips. Why would you bring the guy right ahead of him who is letting the guy it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, I have a hard time with that. I don't even know. Usually you take him because he was like pure athletic. Like, he was quicker than most people. on the defense, but like he's today just showed like it's just not his game anymore. Like he's not necessarily a bad player, but like he's not US. And Roldan
he's
also
29.
the shot from Roldan right on the 6 that went out for what I think is a throw in. Do you guys remember that?
During the game today?
Yeah. He had a sitter that he completely like missed the goal.
Oh yeah, Roldan. He did
Roldan.
everything right up to that was from Max's cross, wasn't it?
Correct. Because it was like he crossed it and it like flicked right to him and it had a wide open goal and he just
It went
absolutely
straight out to the corner
yipped it.
flag, pretty much.
And I'm just like, when is he going to see the field? Like when?
Well,
it's
unfortunately,
so
I mean,
frustrating.
what you're looking at is, I mean, out of the defenders, you have Mark McKenzie, Tim Ream, Chris Richards, Miles Robinson that play in the center. And Richards is questionably injured at this point.
Sure.
So you really only have 4 center backs. So I understand why they brought him.
I
don't agree with it.
You said center backs.
Yeah, I mean, quote unquote defenders
in the center. Well, Joe Scally they're playing as a center back, but not.
He's a right-sided defender. I mean,
Yeah,
and so is Alex Freeman.
Sure.
I mean, it's the same thing. They play out wide.
But Tessman has played as a center back for his club.
I don't like the fact that Miles Robinson is on this team. I have a bigger problem with Roldan. I really do. You had a chance to bring younger players that would, in all reality, they're going to be in the mix in four years from now. So, but I don't know. I thought the game today was really good. The biggest question will be Germany on Saturday. Is it Saturday?
We are going to get
That's a good call. So let's bring it back around. So we scored a couple in the first half.
They won 4-0.
We had our own. Was it
Finland?
It was they scored at the end of the first half. We got a own goal at the beginning of the second half, and then we scored again. 3-2 is the final. Our next game is in Chicago here at Soldier Field. The tickets are $1 billion a piece for upper tier, nosebleeds. And the stadium will be empty. On Saturday, 6-6.
6-6, 2-6.
And that will be the send-off match before their opening group stage game against blah on blah. Who are they playing first? Is it Australia?
Paraguay.
Yeah, it's probably Paraguay.
On the 12th.
On the 12th. Okay.
Which we just saw Paraguay's number 10, Almiron, for the crew. He's coming back off an injury, and we shut him down. So today was a positive. It was a positive. Super positive.
Okay.
But
So
another thing that's interesting, I do want to bring up, Germany on their bench today. So Germany played today. We played them on 6-6. They had 36 people. So they have not finalized their roster. The roster is due tomorrow morning. So, that's... I kind of wish we would have done
36 people?
I just counted. They had starting 11. They had
your math's not good.
4 subs, and there was... So it's 15, and then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. So there's more than 26 players.
Yeah, but they were still in Germany, so not all of them were probably going to get on the plane. So they probably
sure.
will
So
go
like
later. They have a later.
But a
day.
lot of
are you that far off from 26? Count that again.
hard to say.
You said 11 plus 4 plus
6,
10?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Is it even 26?
Oh, never mind. It's 20. Yeah, it's 25. So, like,
they have like 40 people on the team.
Dang it. I thought I had a pretty good point.
I wish
so they're missing a player. What I meant to say is they're actually missing a player.
Yeah, Aronson was out on honeymoon, so we got this.
Oh, hell on earth. Dude, wild.
It's our anniversary.
Oh, man.
Numbers
I have no
are
excuse
hard.
for that.
Yeah, Ben's like, I make $1 million a year.
Yeah. No wonder I can't make rent. Huh? What's a number?
Okay.
Listen, what I'm saying is math hard.
Germany
and I
is
think we're
next
gonna all
week,
agree that,
and then man, we're what if the 12th is the first? We are under 2 weeks out.
That's why I think it's so bizarre. He rolled out like half a starting lineup, half not, then a half another starting lineup and half not. And our number one goalkeeper sat the entire time. I'm like,
well, they were mentioning that they think he's going to start and play the entire next game.
I think if this happens again against Germany, I'd be like, again, he knows more than I do. I had problems with a lot of the way he kind of ran this stuff, but I was wrong. So I would love to see the actual starting 11 unless he's like hiding something.
My inclination is just trying to keep fresh legs. You know what I mean? Like give guys a half and let them go out there, run, do what they do.
Well, do that with your starting 11 and then put in your backup 11 so they all play together.
I don't disagree with it.
I don't know.
But if we come out and we play good and we look good,
yeah, true.
Then it is what it is. If we lose to Germany 4-0, 5-0, whatever it is, yeah, okay. Like
see you in a week. Oh no,
this is going to be a different pod.
All right, let's see what happens. That's next Saturday. We'll get on here next week. We'll talk about Germany. We'll talk about the group stage and Paraguay. And
we're gonna try to throw some type of get-together party-esque thing for the first U.S. game where we all get together and watch it. We planned on doing it anyways. We're kind of looking at somewhere possibly up in Westerville to kind of like get together. We're going to talk to Duncan and see if we can't figure something out. So we check our socials and stuff like that. We're going to try to pan that out this week to figure out what's going on.
If you want to watch a good game today, if you're really on it, and really listen to this pod early, there's a good game tomorrow at 1:00. Is a what we call quote unquote friendly between Norway and Sweden, which means it's not friendly.
Yeah, you hate man.
Those damn Swedes.
The Swedes.
The hives versus black metal, right?
Yep.
So, and the other thing we should say is, talk to Paco, talk to Courtney. We're releasing this next Sunday. There is the Columbus 10K. One of the aid stations.
Let's do something in the Run Club app too.
Right. Yeah, we'll do some
in Strava.
We'll figure it out. I'm signed up. Everyone else on the pod is hurt to the point where they can barely walk. And I think Haas said he's in Sandusky. Cedar Point?
Parents' 50th anniversary.
Oh, it's going to be insane.
Whole family's getting together. And hopefully doing Cedar Point on Monday.
Haas Dusky.
Dude, Insane Dusky is super good. But I'm going to be running it. They're going to run an aid station. Sign up. It's relatively cheap, especially for like a Columbus run. And that'll be fun. I'm going to hold Paco's hand the entire time.
Wait, they're going to run an aid station?
Faster. Yes.
Oh.
Maybe I think last year or something like that, GCG Bag did.
Huh.
So okay. On that.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. And 10K is not that long. Was it like 6 point something miles? Again, math, not my thing. Because there was 27 players.
For a 6.24. Is that what it is?
Okay. Yeah. And then after that, you're going to get on here and we're going to talk about the Germany game. And you're going to see what we did against Germany.
Jurgen's going to see.
Until then, go Crew.
USA!
It's USA time.
Thanks everyone for joining the club. We hope you'll listen next week and every week, even in the off season, to celebrate or commiserate. We'll save you a seat. If you like this podcast, please give us 5 stars and subscribe. You can email us at upper90clubpod@gmail.com. That's upper90clubpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at upper90clubpod. Go Crew!
Can you do me a favor and like shut the fuck up when we're talking?
Yeah.
Early, you know what I mean?
Stop.
So tired right now.
Stop talking over all of us.
I got to get a different shirt. The shirt's too thick.